Chances are, if you live in New Hampshire, you have a photo that looks like this, hanging on a wall, in a photo album, or online somewhere.
The Chocorua Lake Basin and Mount Chocorua in the background are the gateway, the eastern gateway to the White Mountains. It's where the White Mountains start. And as you come up Route 16, it's one of the more beautiful, uninterrupted areas along Route 16 where there's no commercial signage for a 3 or 4 mile stretch. There are no commercial businesses, there's no development. It's just the way it was 150 years ago, largely.
Keeping the area free from development has been the mission of the Chocorua Lake Conservancy for 50 years.
We were formed in 2014 by the merger of 2 sister land trusts that were created themselves in 1968 to protect and preserve the Chocorua Lake Basin in perpetuity.
So what exactly does that mean? Stewardship Director Lynn Flackus breaks it down.
So we own and care for 17 properties that we own. There are about another 76 properties that are privately owned but have conservation covenants or conservation easements on them, which are restrictions that limit development on those properties. They're owned by the owner. They pay taxes. They manage it, but we're responsible for making sure that they honor those restrictions that were placed on the deeds.
That's a lot of ground to cover, literally.
Managing and being a good steward of the land you're responsible for is a lot of work. But in our case, we have a long history of volunteers who help out.
Take the Narrows Bridge, for example.
So the Narrows Bridge was built, I think, in the 1800s sometime. It was built with these wooden railings. It's always had rustic wooden railings. They've been periodically built and fixed over 100+ years. And in February of this year, unfortunately, there was an accident. A pickup truck hit the railings that I'm standing in front of and knocked them onto the ice. Luckily, no one was hurt, and the driver walked away, but the railings were destroyed.
In July, new railings went up thanks to the CLC and some local craftsmen who put in over 220 hours of labor to make sure that visitors had a place to lean and take in the view.
My family's had a house up here, and I have spent the first 35 years of my life taking everything for granted. And I think as I got older, I started to realize behind the scenes, there were a lot of people volunteering a lot of time, keeping things unchanged. And keeping things unchanged takes a lot more work than you expect.
Take a look at the Grove, where thousands of people come to enjoy the view. And the water every year needs help to keep looking good and functioning as part of the natural landscape.
It's open to the public from dawn to dusk. And it's an area that historically was used quite a bit, but there's so many people coming, the soil was compacted and there were issues with erosion.
So Lynn, along with a team of volunteers, works to create islands, guiding recreation to certain points. They plant native shrubs to trap moisture and add wood chips to create paths and help with erosion.
Those kinds of events that we have, whether it's a paddle or a walk on a property or a stewardship day where we have volunteers come and help us plant shrubs for wildlife, not only provides an opportunity for us to get our work done, but also provides educational opportunities and helps people to connect with the land around them.
Public access is an important part of the CLC's mission, and a tradition that goes back 140 years to when the land was privately owned.
I really enjoy seeing people who don't own property around here able to stop and picnic and swim and kayak and fish and take photos and have a nice time with their families without having to go through a gatehouse and pay an admission fee.
The unchanged view has made the Chocorua Lake Basin a favorite of painters now and hundreds of years ago.
The painting behind me, it's signed N.T. Johnson. This is a large example of Mount Chocorua that was painted in the 1870s. A painting of this size would have belonged to a robber baron, someone who would have brought this back in their railroad car to probably Philadelphia or New York to hang on their office wall.
Doug Nelson appreciates a good view both in person and on canvas, and helped to curate a show at the Tamworth History Center called Impressions of the White Mountains to show off the beauty captured by the brush of the Chocorua Lake Basin, with pieces ranging from the 1850s to the 1950s.
Mount Chocorua, especially with the Old Man of the Mountain falling, is probably the most iconic scene in New Hampshire. It doesn't have structures on it like Mount Washington. It has the cow rock on the summit. It is a very pyramidal peak that's easily identified. As you come up Spalding Turnpike, people notice it right away, and it kind of takes your breath away. Chocorua Lake Conservancy's mission is to maintain that, that vision, that view easement. That's something for the public. It's unusual to have that happen with such a big vantage point. So again, painters set up their easels and paint this scene probably every month of the summer for decades probably to come too.
So the CLC, with help from volunteers and donors, will keep spreading the word and the wood chips, being stewards of the land in hopes that this view will be in family photos for generations to come.
Everyone here, including me, wants to have this area look pretty much the same way as it always has in 50 years from now or 100 years from now.